Welcome back to Car Crazy. Today, we're heading into uncharted territory with a car that's about to make one of the most unexpected comebacks of the decade, the 2026 Dacia 1300. For many, the name Dacia 1300 might bring a wave of nostalgia. It was the Romanian workhorse that symbolized utility and resilience through decades of economic and political change. But now, in 2026, the Dacia 1300 is back, reimagined, reborn, and ready to make a statement in a market full of overpriced crossovers and over-designed Fs. Let's get this straight. The new Dacia 1300 isn't trying to be a luxury car, a track car, or an F-Tech marvel. It's proudly utilitarian, designed for people who just want a car that works, but with a whole lot more flair than you'd expect. Dacia has taken the DNA of the original simplicity, durability, and affordability and infused it with modern engineering, smart design choices, and just enough tech to feel 2026 without abandoning its roots. The exterior design is the first thing that grabs your attention. It's unmistakably a Dacia, boxy, functional, and surprisingly handsome. You can see design cues from the original 1300's silhouette, the elongated front, the subtle rear slope, and the flat roof line that made it instantly recognizable. But this time, everything's sharper. The new front grille is more angular, flanked by narrow LED headlights that bring a modern twist to the retro shape. The hood is creased just enough to give it a sense of strength, while the side profile is clean, with black cladding around the wheel arches for a slight rugged touch. At the back, the tail lights are square and chunky, echoing the original's design but integrated with full LED lighting for that modern glow. The Dacia logo is stamped boldly across the tailgate, proud and unpretentious. The rear bumper is solid, practical, and ready to take a few knocks. You won't find any fake vents or flashy chrome here. It's all real, all functional. Now, under the hood, Dacia offers two powertrain options for the 2026-1300. The first is a simple and reliable 1.0-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine producing 110 horsepower, efficient, punchy, and ideal for daily driving. The second option is a hybrid setup combining a 1.6-liter gasoline engine with an electric motor, delivering around 140 horsepower and improved fuel economy. Don't expect sports car performance, but that's not the point. This car is about value, efficiency, and rugged reliability. The driving dynamics are surprisingly composed. The 1300 sits on an updated version of Dacia's CMFB platform, the same one underpinning models like the Sandero and Jogger, which means it's stable, predictable, and forgiving over off-roads. The suspension is tuned for comfort, with a bit of extra ride height to handle potholes, gravel, or whatever else the road throws your way. Steering is light but responsive, perfect for both city traffic and longer country drives. It's not fancy, but it gets the job done, and then some. Let's step inside. The cabin of the 2026 Dacia 1300 is the perfect blend of practicality and modern-day comfort. You're not going to find digital overload here, and no giant screens, no glowing ambient lighting, no touch-sensitive nonsense. Instead, you get a clean dashboard layout, with physical buttons where you need them, and a simple 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's an optional digital instrument cluster for those who want a more modern feel, but even the analog setup is clear and well laid out. The materials are durable and well thought out. Dacia hasn't pretended this is a premium car, they've embraced hard plastics, rubberized surfaces, and fabric that can handle real-world messes. That's a smart move. This car is meant to be used, not pampered. The seats are supportive, with plenty of room in the front and rear. There's also a surprising amount of headroom and legroom, especially considering the car's modest footprint. One of the 1300's strongest selling points: cargo space. The trunk is generous for a car in this category, and the rear seats fold flat in a 60-40 split to expand the space even further. For a small family, a weekend adventurer, or someone who just needs a car that works hard, the 1300 delivers. But what about safety? In 2026, that's not something any car can afford to ignore, and thankfully, Dacia hasn't. The new 1300 comes with essential safety tech as standard: automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, rear parking sensors, and a basic but effective cruise control system. Higher trims include blind spot monitoring and a 360-degree camera, but the focus here is on essentials that work, not bloated tech suites that drive the price up. And speaking of price, here's where the Dacia 1300 really shines. In a world where entry-level sedans are creeping above the $30,000 mark, the base 1300 is expected to start around $17,000. That's right, less than 20 grand for a reliable, modern, and surprisingly stylish compact car. Even the hybrid variant is set to stay under $22,000, making it one of the most accessible electrified vehicles in its class. That kind of pricing is game-changing. It brings back the idea that owning a brand new, reliable car doesn't have to mean debt, luxury sacrifices, or used car roulette. The 20261300 is designed for people who need a car to live their life, not define their status. And it's not just about the money, it's about philosophy. Dacia knows exactly who this car is for. It's not trying to impress luxury buyers or chase Tesla fans. It's for drivers who want honesty, utility, and something with character. It's for young drivers, first-time buyers, and people who just want to get from point A to B with confidence. And it's for nostalgic gearheads who remember the original and want to see what the nameplate can do in the modern age. This isn't a car that boasts, it proves. It proves that practicality doesn't have to be boring, that affordability doesn't mean cheap, and that sometimes the most refreshing car on the road isn't the one with the most horsepower, but the one that makes the most sense. So, is the 2026 Dacia 1300 a game changer? For its segment, absolutely. In a sea of overcomplicated, overhyped vehicles, the 1300 is a breath of fresh air. It's a car with identity, with function, and with a surprisingly stylish edge. Whether you're navigating tight city streets, tackling daily commutes, or just need a reliable ride with real character, the Dacia 1300 delivers. And no frills, no gimmicks, just smart, honest driving. Thanks for watching today's deep dive on car craze. If you're as excited about the return of the 1300 as we are, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Got memories of the original Dacia 1300? Or questions about the 2026 model? Drop them in the comments, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep it real, keep it rolling, and as always, keep the craze alive.